Hello, and welcome to Screaming at the Cinema. Today's film is the 2015 art house horror, The Witch, starring Anya Joy-Taylor and the devil himself. Please begin your copy of The Witch in 3, 2, 1. Ah yes, A24. I don't like these people. They make bad sci-fi. But we'll see about this. It's the VVitch. Vavavoom, the VVitch. No. But I don't know. This might come out in October because it's scary stuff. But, you know, this is a highly acclaimed horror film, which means it probably sucks. But I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. I haven't liked A24 stuff. I saw Under the Skin and Ex Machina, and after that I'm like, no, I'm done. I gave you a shot, and you get big name actors to do stupid bullcrap. Oh, what is she in? I know her. Oh. Okay. So what'd they do? Is it an ideological split or what? Anya Taylor-Joy. The next movie that she did was Split, I think. Well, Split's amazing. I love Split. Yuck. But honestly, I recognized her because of her eyes. I don't know. It's her eyes are very emotive. Ba 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 da da ba dum ba da 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 na 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 da na na. Totally changes the tone of this movie. Na 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 na. Wow, that's a really beautiful visual. I'm noticing that this is not displaying in 16:9. Is it because it's bigger, or what? I don't quite understand. Okay. Again, another Outlast 2 style portrayal of Christianity. This Fire and Brimstone style of Christianity was not popularized until the 1760s. I believe that's when the first Great Revival in the U.S. happened. That's when there was a lot of conversions to Christianity, and the preachers had that style of, we're all sinners and we're gonna burn and you're gonna burn in hell. This is all these. They use that a lot in the trailers. But yeah, it's. I don't know exactly what year this is supposed to be set, but it's not the. Okay, that was quick. That's the first supernatural thing to happen. I have no problem with a slow burn. For example, Alien is a great example of a slow burn. Because when things start to happen, things really get going. But it takes a good half an hour, 40 minutes for anything to happen, right? Yeah, here's another one. That's a baby penis. I don't understand how they're able to show that. That seems very. I don't know. I mean, I have never seen this movie, so I did not know that was in there. But it's really weird that they're able to show that in film. Because child pornography is illegal for good reason, and I would say that showing even infant genitalia was, oh, so she killed the kid. This older naked woman. Okay. Wow. Kids, make sure that you're watching this only if you're over 18. Because this is really graphic. Wow. Wow, she is gross. And obviously evil, but, gross. Honestly, from the trailers, I thought that the little girl was the witch. Anya, that stuff. but I think she's obviously going to be blamed for the child going missing and being subsequently murdered. Wow, I wouldn't think that in the first, 10 minutes, the little baby gets killed. I would not have, is that another baby or the same baby? I'm confused. They've been here for about a year and they're still sleeping on the floor? You got trees all around. You could build a bed. You could build 10 beds. Yeah, he's about that age. You woke her up to tell her to sleep? I would suggest having subtitles on because this movie is very, very quiet. Well, his outfit isn't period. You can tell because of the latches that he has. It's think of like a not a vest. Like a it's I guess it's a clip-on bow tie, but it's not really. I don't know. It attaches in the back and it's that little metal hook with a little metal clasp. You'll see them on like girls' dresses. There you go. Girls' dresses have the most, like most often, or like the clasp on a bra strap. That's what's on the inside of that little kid's vest. It's like that's a very modern design. And their corn is rotting. Yeah, well, he's telling you now that you're gonna go in the wood. But yeah, look at the inside of his jacket there. You can tell those very modern clasps are there. It's like if you're gonna go for the full, period sort of stuff, go full out, because otherwise it just looks dumb. Look at that giant musket. So this is a second small child. Definitely. Ah. I don't claim to know all the firearms that were available in whatever time period this is that they haven't really said, but I would say sometime before the 1840s. But that gun seems a little big. Okay, so they're more into the Calvinist principles. They loaded the powder wrong. So, this is a theory of mine that I'm not absolutely certain of. I would say that especially the common man of the era wouldn't always use thee and thy and all that, because that's very formal. Of course, by today's standards, it's definitely formal, but even then, it was rather formal. I would say that, especially the poorer, more working class people, like these people, for example, homesteaders, they'll talk a little more in slang, a little more in, less in the formal tongue, because that's true even now with things like ebonics and things like that, where people use more slang, and they have a culture unto themselves. I was out hunting What'd you get? Gunpowder in my eyes. Was that the objective? Well, yeah. Oh, that's a nice little white lie. Okay. Man, they're taking a long time. I guess it's just feeling like a long time. It hasn't been half hour yet. But they're taking a long time to get going after the inciting incident. Because, it was my impression that her character was the witch. In some odd fashion. And there was something with that black goat. Which is a demonic symbol, of course. Cause I'm getting old enough to notice that you have breasticles, you know. Nothing. It doesn't matter. Nothing. Dude, what? Seeing her in another movie, I'm just so excited for Glass. That movie's gonna be so great. I think we're gonna do a screaming at the cinema of Split, because that movie's amazing. Like, M. Night Shyamalan had some trouble for a while, but Split was so good. I think it was the best movie that I've seen recently. Like, in the last 3 years, I want to say. That was not part of a franchise already. And the twist was it was part of a franchise. But, still. The twist was that it was a sequel. It wasn't, it wasn't a Marvel movie. It wasn't, something else like that. Okay, this is... Okay. Right? Okay, I did not understand that scene at all. I'm not really into these artsy movies, so they're like, "Oh, the symbolism," and I'm like, I don't see the symbols that they see. I see people acting like idiots, like that. Who knows? Later, they might explain, or maybe she actually told the truth. Maybe she is the witch, and she's possessing her body, or the body that we saw of the old woman was another body that she uses, or another form that she uses. Who knows? I assume that there's supernatural stuff in here eventually. Wow. Well, no yeast, so yeah, that's piss poor bread. They should get a cow. Well, no, they definitely have a female goat, so they could have milk, butter, cheese, all that. So why is Dad not stepping in and fixing the situation? Explain yourself. Explain yourself, or I hate you. Come on, go. Explain yourself, dude. So you're just gonna change the subject instead of telling her what happened. Come on, see something creepy out in the woods. It'll be good. This is the perfect time. So far, the movie looks really great. Like, it's pretty. But A24 has never had an issue with that. Ex Machina is a very pretty movie. Okay. I assume that eventually a lot of the symbolism will become more apparent. But who knows? I think that they established the stakes right off the bat, and that's pretty good. The witch killed a baby. That's and rubbed the mush onto her naked body. That's pretty intense. That establishes the mood right out of the gate. I just hope that there's something a little more useful coming out of this. I wish it would have explained a little more why they kicked him out. Well, he got kicked out. We're definitely not listening, Mom and Dad. What exactly do these people believe? Because they're not Catholic. As far as I'm aware, the Anglican Church does not baptize baptize small children like that. But I'm not very familiar with the Anglican Church. I don't know. This is weird. I don't think the Calvinists do it, but they have the. It's like they took all the worst Christian beliefs, like kind of mainstream ones, not like crazy ones like a cult, but like all the worst ones, like, oh, well, you got to baptize them as babies because, modern Christian thinking and modern, I would say even back then, baptizing at birth doesn't actually mean anything. If you're not Catholic, the Catholics don't. The Catholics still sprinkle when they're babies, but sprinkle water on their heads. That's how they do baptism. It isn't full immersion, like some of you might have seen. Full immersion baptism is a little different. But basically, the idea, and this is an idea that they're specifically like not using in whatever version of the religion they're in. They're having issues with, well, is our baby in hell? Well, the answer in modern Christian thought, and going back to the 1700s, this is modern Christian thought, that babies and young children are not in what we call the age of reason. They're not old enough to understand. the the children and babies are not old enough to understand what it means to be a Christian. They aren't able to make the choice to be a Christian or not. They haven't hit the age of reason. So if a child will be born stillborn, or a little kid about these kids' age, to be if they got into a serious accident, like they drowned drowned in a pool or something like that, then the way that we believe, they would just go to heaven. It doesn't matter whether they accepted Christ or not, because they didn't really have a cognizant chance to accept Christ, right? So there's something demonic about that rabbit, okay? Yeah, I don't think that you should use that rifle. Ooh, that probably hurt. They tied him to the gate so they wouldn't run away. Huh. But that's the modern Christian thought on whether they would die, if a child should die, would they go to heaven or hell? It's yeah. Sorry, not gonna do it, kid. I can't do that either. So this boy is the Caleb is the one. Ooh, that dog got screwed up, man. That's some gnarly stuff. One thing about this film that's kind of interesting is the incredible desaturation that they did. It's desaturated, but it's not black and white. They did a really great job color grading it, so that it has this gray, oppressive tone, even when nothing's happening. It's very dark. There always seems to be cloud cover overhead. So the dog died, Thomason is somewhere, the horse ran away, and Caleb's crawling through the woods. But the tree, I just can't, almost, now I gotta get my comically large rifle. There's the rabbit, I must follow it to my doom. Yeah, I think he's gonna be the next victim. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Caleb's next. Then I'm going to say Jonas, then Mercy, then the mom, then the dad, and then Thomason's going to be left last. Those are my predictions. So it's Caleb, Jonas, Mercy, mom, dad, and Thomason will be last. Whether she lives or not, who knows. But yeah, he just showed up at the witch's house. So he's super dead. Hello? The witch? I heard you might have candy. Oh, and now she appears as a young woman. Hello, I'm Little Riding Hood. Would you like to come inside for a beat around the bush? Who is she? She looks familiar too. IMDb time! Sarah Steffens is the young witch. She's known for nothing. She's a model. Okay. And now he's super dead. Because he's fell to his lust. I think this movie has more black screens in its runtime than any movie I've seen in the last 5 years. I was under the impression that horses usually run home. Well, at least take like a farming implement that you can use. Like a scythe or something. The little one-handed scythe. I'm going out in the rain to find my son. He's got a witch girlfriend now. It's bad. She's got like lip piercings and nose piercings and stuff. What? Okay. That took way longer than it should have. Basically. Yeah, that's not how that would go. Things were a little rougher in that time, and if the wife hit the husband, well, things would not go very well for her. That's not... Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they didn't show him, like, beating on her or something, but that's probably more accurate. I don't hate you anymore. And, you know, this is a very important child that they've lost. You know, the Caleb was the heir. he was the one who was going to take care of the family once either dad was dead or dad was too old to take care of everybody himself. Which likely would have happened before Mercy was married off. The life expectancies were surprisingly low back then. 40 years of age was about as well then. So he's naked and freezing. Hypothermia because of the rain. Remember the old saying, oh, you'll catch your death? Well, at this point, that was actually true. Because you could get pneumonia from being out in the rain. Nowadays, we aren't out in the rain enough to, for that to really be an issue. Unless, I guess, you're homeless or something like that. But, most people aren't. Oh, look at this. Okay, those are wounds on his face. It isn't like, oh no, he's got the super herpes. They would not bleed him from his temple. They would bleed him from the top of his forearm. That was the way. Since the Renaissance, that was the way. Come on. They would not bleed him from his temple. Rain in this era must have been just hell, because your wood pile's getting wet. So all your wood's wet, which means the fire is smoky, which fills the house with smoke. Even if you have a chimney, which I'm sure they do. Because they have a fireplace, so they have a chimney. They're he has to come out here and chop all the wood. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, like, evil imagery. That's super good. That's something unique that I haven't seen before. That's rare. I'm kind of a connoisseur of this genre, and I saw something that I've never seen before. That being said, there is an actual witch. Well, what does that mean? Well, that's impossible. So... Oh, you're not quite that bad. You haven't told him to curse God and die. Yeah, you're grieving. It's as a scholar that I sit under the tutelage of has said, and I don't think it's his quote, but I'm attributing it to him because it's the only one that I know that says it. He says that grief is a desert that must be crossed alone. You have to deal with it. You have to work through it. I'm sorry. I got the quote wrong. Grief is a desert that must be crossed on foot. Very different. Not alone. On foot. It takes time. Life's hard, especially in this juncture in history. Even those who sell and arrange shrubberies are finding it hard in this economic time in history. See, like that. You could take that out in the woods. It's basically a parang knife. It's pretty good. The only one who could have made that scream is... Oh, okay. So... Lockjaw would be tetanus or sepsis, maybe? An apple. Right? He found the apple. At least you're being reasonable. Okay. Okay, now they're messing with. They're not. Okay. And then he dies. Right? Yeah, he's dead. Yep. So far, predictions are going pretty well. Next on the list is Jonas. We'll see, right? Yeah, he's dead. Yep. They just lost the air. This was especially important in these days for the reasons that I already said. It does help that it's winter, so it looks bleak. Yeah, that was. Uh. See, and they showed that in the trailer too. I don't know. The trailer seems deceptively cut. Though not as deceptively as oh, what's the movie? I have it. Crimson. I forget. It's the Guillermo del Toro one where it's like a ghost story, but it ends up being more of just a period piece that has ghosts at the end. Okay. You know, if you guys made a concerted effort, you could just get out. Those planks of wood don't look particularly strong. We prefer the term Wiccans. I don't know about you, Marcy, but I prefer to think of myself as a druid. You have surprisingly intellectual, internal lives when it comes to your witchcraft. I know. Da na 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 na. That's wrong. It's bum 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 ba na na da na da 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 na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Can you imagine Michael Landon as the dad in this story? Na 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 na. Bum ba dum bum ba dum. I think I've seen that entire show, and there's like 10 seasons, I think. And then James McAvoy comes up and he says, "Hi, I'm Nigel. I'm 9 years old. Kanye's my boy." This movie has a lot of hard cuts. It's weird. So, what do you think? You think you're a druid too? I think I think druid is a better term, and it describes more of what we are. We're into more natural magic, you know. Goes. So is it going to be Mom next? Well then, my predictions are a little off, aren't they? I still think Dad's going to be last, though. That was weird. That was an automatic. Did they have this on? Did they have the camera on autofocus? Focus on the candle, then slowly it focuses back. That seems irresponsible. Okay, so let's remember a crow, a raven, a cat, a great black dog, and a wolf are the forms that he said that the witch could take. Oh, this seems like a thing ripe for horror. The baby's an apparition, therefore evil, therefore bite off nipple or something. Okay. So that's the witch there. And there's a black raven. Okay. That was weird. See, they really, in the trailers at least, hit the black goat hard, like it was gonna be this big thing where it's like, oh yeah, they had the devil in their house the whole time. Yeah, that crow or raven or whatever pulled off her left nipple there. That's super gross. Something that would really kind of throw me is if all three of the kids were dead in there. Because that's obviously where he's walking. The goats are dead, the kids are gone, and there she is. So the black goat is evil. Because it just killed him for no reason. Where are the small children? Yeah, get him. Fight him like the Gray. Come on, be Liam Neeson, do it. Goat versus axe. Axe wins. Of course, you are already gut shot, so it's a little rougher. Ooh. And that wood pile. Well, it would hurt a lot. It might break a few bones. But then being gut shot twice by, gored by horns, he's probably dead. But he might be just alive enough to talk to her one last time. So, Mom did not die before Dad, so my prediction was wrong. But the kids are most likely already dead. Really? That's what you think? Yeah, that's about right. Okay. That was a little intense. And then she gets hit by a bus and credits. Okay. There's a lot of long, like, nothing scenes with, if not complete silence, almost complete silence in this movie. It's really slow. Okay, so the kids just straight up disappeared because there's like 10 minutes in this movie left. So they just straight up disappeared, so we're going to assume that they're dead. So the kids die off screen, then dad, then mom. So I was 90% correct. Or they could have just been pretending. So, I mean... Oh, that's super cool. Oh, that was a cool little transition. Hold on, Harvey Weinstein. And now she became a witch. Right? Okay. That went about like I thought it would. Okay. Okay. Well, um, you guys are seeing credits right now, but since I was watching it on Netflix, I don't have credits right now. But we'll just talk over them for a minute because I'm sure it's a little longer. That went about as about the way I thought it would. I thought that it was fine. It doesn't. It's the typical artsy art house film where it's like, it's not breaking any new ground really, especially horror wise. It's not really breaking any new ground. There was some new imagery that was cool. There were some cool bits, but I think the real hallmark here is the real reason to watch this movie is Anna Taylor-Joy's performance. I've really enjoyed her so far. Her in this movie and then in Split. I haven't seen her in anything else, but I really like her as an actress. I think she's really good. I think she's really good as an actress. Very talented for someone very young. Kind of reminds me of Chloe Grace Moretz in a few ways. And I look forward to seeing more from her in the future. And I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. It was fine. I wasn't upset, like annoyed when I left it, unlike the other A24 movies that I've seen. So, hey, that's good. So I will see you guys next time. That was VVitch. Commentary by Screaming at the Cinema. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe, hitting the notification bell so we can let you know when new commentaries have been released. Good day and happy watching.